This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Clyde Owen, the last commander of the Larson Air Force Base in Moses Lake, has died at the age of 100.
Fire consumed a shop Tuesday morning, sending a large plume of smoke into the air southwest of Moses Lake.
'Tis the season for setting off fireworks across the nation, with the 4th of July coming up this Thursday.
The Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks wrapped up their inaugural regular season schedule last Friday night with their second straight game against the Tri-Cities Fire.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Clyde Owen, the last commander of the Larson Air Force Base in Moses Lake, has died at the age of 100. According to the Port of Moses Lake, Owen, who also served as the first executive director for the port, died late Monday night. Port officials say Owen was an inspiration to anyone who met him and was the reason why Moses Lake became the city it is today. Owen, who started his military career with the Kansas National Guard in 1940 before joining the U.S. Air Force, flew 43 combat missions before being shot down during World War II. His Larson Air Force Base command was his last assignment before retirement. Owen became the Port of Moses Lake's first executive director in 1966 after the base closed and served as port director until 1984. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata. Fire consumed a shop Tuesday morning, sending a large plume of smoke into the air southwest of Moses Lake. Grand County Fire District 5 Chief Dan Smith says an elderly man was welding in a shop attached to a home in the 5400 block of May Valley Road when the contents around him caught fire just before 10:30.
They confined to the shop. It sounds like he was doing some welding inside the shop. Started a fire. We haven't really began with the whole investigation yet. But he does a lot of woodworking and stuff like that, and so there's a lot of wood and woodworking tools and varnishes, that type of stuff.
The man and his wife evacuated the property where they were consoled by fire crews. It took about 2 hours to extinguish the blaze. No one was hurt. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
'Tis the season for setting off fireworks across the nation, with the 4th of July coming up this Thursday. There are plenty of places to purchase fireworks across the county, but it's important to know all the different rules each town has. Moses Lake follows county rules for fireworks. This means no fireworks can be discharged within city limits, and no fireworks can even be sold in city limits. Anything you can find at a Walmart you can discharge in city limits, but those fireworks are very subdued. If you're outside city limits, you can set off anything you can find at a fireworks stand, including aerials. Fireworks you can't find in stands, such as firecrackers or bottle rockets, are illegal no matter where you set them off. Ephrata does have stands inside city limits, and you can set off fireworks in town. However, you can only set off fountain fireworks, no aerials. Anything you can buy at the stands within city limits are legal to discharge in city limits. Soap Lake has a new law to be aware of this year. The city council voted, and all types of fireworks are still allowed to be discharged within city limits, but only at Smokeyam Park. The town had allowed fires happen last year in city limits due to fireworks, so this law has been added in an attempt to combat that. The majority of the fireworks stands in the area are non-profit, including food banks, churches, and clubs. Several local agencies make the majority of their fundraising money through the fireworks stands this week. So go out and support the local area by buying some fireworks, but remember to be safe and to follow the law wherever you live. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 News.
The Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks wrapped up their inaugural regular season schedule last Friday night with their second straight game against the Tri-Cities Fire, who hit the turf decked out in their mustard and ketchup-colored jerseys to mark the occasion. In the early going and throughout the evening, however, it was the Skyhawks who did all the hot dogging, including on the game's opening drive when Wenatchee topped a 5-play, 25-yard drive with a 4-yard touchdown run by quarterback Jarvis Alston and tacked on a 2-point conversion to take an 8-0 lead just 3 minutes and 29 seconds into quarter number 1. Wenatchee's offense relished the opportunity to strike for points on their next drive as well, using only a single play for Alston to connect with Devontae Salomon on a 30-yard touchdown pass, which doubled the Skyhawks' advantage to 16-0 with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. Wenatchee's red-hot O continued to sizzle in the second quarter as well. First, when wideout John Roberson got his buns moving on a 41-yard catch and carry across the goal line from Alston, then with a 15-yard touchdown sweep by Solomon, and finally when Alston and Roberson hooked up from 21 yards for another 6 points. The Skyhawks registered touchdowns on 5 of their 6 first-half possessions and built a lead of 38-20 by halftime. After the fans had finished dressing up their weenies at the condiment bar during intermission, Wenatchee went back to work at piling on more points of their own in the second half, spicing up the home scoreboard with a 22-yard TD pass from Alston to wide receiver Wesley Gray, a 3-yard scoring plunge by Jordan Laurencio, and Alston's third touchdown chuck of the game to Roberson, this time from 28 yards as the Skyhawks prevailed by the final count of 68-34. In addition to the juicy offensive performance, Wenatchee's defense also proved to be plump under fire, picking off 3 passes, including 1 for a touchdown, along with stymieing Tri-Cities' attempts to keep pace for much of the contest. The victory gave the Skyhawks a record of 6-6 to close out the regular season and should have them flying high prior to their next contest in Round 1 of the American West Football Conference playoffs.
Yeah, no, we're excited. I think that right now we're peaking, we're gelling. It's just an exciting time for our guys. Like I said, they're playing the best football that we can possibly play at this time. You know, we just got to make sure our guys stay focused and stay a unit. You know, that's the biggest thing, that we have no individuals, everybody plays together, and then we'll have no problem. We just have to play team ball, and we'll take care of business.
Wenatchee will get their 5th crack at the Reno Express, whom they beat twice during the regular season, on July 14th at Town Toyota Center in the first round of the playoffs. Reporting for iFIBER 1 Sports, I'm Chris Hansen.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.